Hello, folks, and welcome back to our playthrough of Stellaris with the Star Wars Fallen Republic mod. So Merak and I have been talking about how just Star Wars and politics, and I mean, my view is that Star Wars has always been kind of tied into politics, especially to an extent American politics, whether it be the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and obviously the sequel trilogy. A lot of people bring up as being politically involved. Merak sees it kind of more as ideology.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It-
Let me.
there's another aspect to it, like, because I was my point is that politics is a lot more specific towards person and what politics that they're pursuing, while this ideology is always about an aspect of life, and uh, and I think that people see. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think people see the sequel trilogy as more politics now than ever because we do live in a more politically charged times. Politics has become more important in our lives than ever, and at this point, everything is politics, as far as people can see. So they look at Star Wars. Oh, it's always about politics. No, not really. Like my point to Anu's earlier was, if there's a specific message towards it's a very if there's any scene, any character action, anything that points towards a very specific message in regards to politics, then okay, that scene is politically charged. But as far as everything else, then it's ideologies. So, an idea, a belief concerning life, or concerning the way life should be or the way life is.
Yeah.
And we can see that in different factions where they have the Empire with their human-centric ideals, the Rebel Alliance or the Republic with the democratic ideals, where they face stuff like corruption, all that. Let's see, who I'm playing the Mandalorians. What kind of ideology Mandalorian? Mandalorians would probably be towards a meritocracy above everything else.
Probably something like that. I mean,
Yeah. So an idea that if you work yourself hard, you can achieve your what you need. And well, they also have the communal aspect, especially. No, that's not even exclusive to the Mandalorian series. Even back then, they all had you could see that in Coder series, where the Mandalorians always strive for the communal good of their clan, or almost. I don't want to say tribe because it sounds like like they adjusted themselves to tribe. They actually adjusted themselves to clans.
oh, speaking of clans, let's see. I think your clan Creole here has been renamed. Over here.
Where are they? There they are.
Yep.
Clan Creole, yes.
Instead of being blank now.
Yeah. At least it's not empty. It's not. Yeah. I gotta get. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta get them their. I no longer have a. I no longer have defensive. No, not a defensive pack. What's it called? That thing when you end up after a war. A truce.
A truce?
Yes. I no longer have a truce with roach people, so I can declare war on them again. I gotta get those people. I gotta get the Creole clan their shipyard. Otherwise, they're not gonna be able to do anything.
That is
They
true,
definitely
because
have-
yeah, the AI.
They- They definitely had made no effort whatsoever to build a shipyard in all the time that we had here.
Yeah, I don't even know if the AI in this mod really does much as far as building shipyards. I don't know if I've actually seen them do that yet. But then again, I have been playing on the lower levels of AI. I can't remember what AI we're doing on this one. If it was Captain, maybe?
I think it was Captain.
Yeah, because I don't think it was Ensign, so it's a little bit better than, Ensign, but not by too much.
Well, like I was telling you about the other day, I don't believe that Stellaris AI is, unfortunately, very capable of strategizing as far as construction of an empire. They can understand a few details concerning building. You know, you gotta build stations, you gotta build resources, but they don't. Because I think the AI just sees like, oh, this is this object has a resource attached to it. I will build, and the result of that is I will build a resource extraction on it, right? Or oh, this rock has a research point value to it. I will build a research station on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because if you look at how they build certain planets, they don't build them in a way that takes advantage of their resources. They're not gonna stack a ton of mineral extractors on a planet that has high quality minerals modifier. They can't see that somehow.
Probably like they're missing like a statement or whatever that goes to like if
to
high minerals build
advantage.
minerals or
exactly,
something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. They don't seem to have that. They don't seem to be able to see that. So what the AI does is take advantage of the bonuses that they get to research, to production, and everything else. They just do whatever they can with it.
Yeah.
And this results, in an AI that's very weak at taking advantage of their own territory. And unfortunately, while it seems that the Fallen Republic AI is much better at wartime, they actually try to poke around, look for defenses, or rather for places where it's less defended in your territory. It doesn't seem that they are able to do much else besides that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. In some ways, I don't know if this is perhaps just because the game has gotten a little bit more complicated, but it does kind of feel like at times the AI has gone backwards versus where it was
construction
when the game first launched.
Mm-hmm. It's possible.
So right now I'm involved in a war against pretty much all of the rebel factions. They went to war with the Confederacy here. That reminds me, I need to look. So I'm currently the president of this federation. Can I make something out of it? Like,
I believe as a president you are able to build ships for the Federation, which is ironic considering, like, if you're the president, you don't get any power. You get the responsibility of affording the fleet.
So I know, like, as far as building fleets go, fleet contribution, we can do low if we're low, though the Confederates oppose that idea. Let's at least go to low alliance centralization, because they'll accept that.
Technology discovered.
Alright, do I want firepower or fire rate for my ion cannons? Or no, this is turbo lasers, actually.
Actually, they say I think the text was wrong when I saw it. Maybe it was a bug or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I got an ion cannon specialization, and on the text,
oh yeah, it was ion cannon, but it said turbo laser. Yeah.
Yeah.
There have been a few weird things. So, like, one really weird thing is, I guess there's some kind of event that fires when you're in the middle of a galactic civil war. And there's an option to call in other factions, but the text in that is just so weird because Like it spells out U as just the letter U. Like this is for you to bring in other factions into this war or whatever. But for whatever reason, it was broken. I couldn't bring in anyone. Also, another weird thing that happened in probably the middle of my little rebel campaign. I kept getting pop-ups to send someone out for Jedi training and all that, but it kept sending like a blank text person. I looked through my name list to see if I had anyone that just didn't have a name, but I didn't, so it was just firing events for someone that doesn't exist, I guess. But, you know, the mod did just come out, so
Yeah.
there will be the bugs.
Definitely unusual.
I did have my first crash yesterday. Though I'm not sure if it was a crash or if it was just because I kind of clicked too quickly and Windows took it to close the program. Because it was... The one thing I've definitely noticed is playing endgame at the large 1300 system level. Oh, it was really chugging along. So I think we're playing the 800 system one on this game. So
Yeah, we're playing the 800 one.
So
and
hopefully
to be honest,
it'll be
I already saw some like ships when they're moving through the hyperlanes. I already saw them like move a little and stop, move a little and stop,
Oh,
move a
dear.
little and stop. Yeah, I already saw that. Like, so I think we are practically at the limit here.
well, we'll find out. You know, maybe I should take this commercial focus here. Because that gives a boost to trade value. And I want to say trade value is kind of nice for promoting your empire within the Senate. Hooray, Dalek Cortal has been reelected. Because I didn't even notice that the election was going on. I don't know if... I mean, I don't know if it's just me or what, but, like, I've been noticing the elections happening, like, only after they're completed. So, I don't know if there's something in Stellaris that just made it where I don't even notice it pop up now, or what.
Or if the notification bugged out.
I mean, maybe? Like, I have caught it here and there, but not very often.
Technology discovered.
Oh, I did go mess around with Cortal. Let's see.
Broken out.
I made him force sensitive, but I also made him immortal. Really, the big thing is the force sensitive gives him plus 25 to leadership or leader experience gain. He can max out at level 7. I see you've begun your war with the Verpine again.
Indeed, and they actually had a fleet that, you know, between their 7,000 and the 4,000 of the station, they could have actually fought a little my 15,000 fleet there, but they didn't. They
Nice.
ran away.
Oh
They
no!
ran away from. Okay. Yeah.
Ship
Oh, it's because
upgraded.
they're attacking my allies' system, Abehan. Yeah, that's why they. That's why they moved.
Uh-huh.
I forgot that system was there. I wish that this game provided a cinematic mode just since Empire had War. I actually saw that there is a cinematic of camera
I mean, you can turn off the
mod.
UI.
No, yeah, you can.
But-
But there's like you can't angle the camera in certain ways. If you press Q to follow the fleet, I accidentally pressed on the station. No, I just won. I press Q. Okay, now it's in a battle, and I ended up, zooming into the station instead of my fleet. So there's these little things that I wish were able, like if you could, I can want to focus just on one ship,
Yeah.
you know, and see
Well-
from that perspective, angle around it.
You-
It does seem to be limited on that aspect.
You can actually focus on one ship. If
Is there a
you're
key to that?
So you got to make sure that you're not. You got to come off of the queue screen that follows the whole fleet, but then you just double click on one of the ships,
Oh.
and it should connect it to.
Oh, it does. Oh my god. How did I never notice?
It's only been 4 years, Merrick. I think since this game's been out.
4 years. Oh, this does give a whole better perspective on the fight going on.
Oh yeah, especially if you follow a ship that goes right in for the charge and.
Yeah, I'm following one of the box
Technology discovered.
frigates.
Oh, speaking of boxes, I saw another bug. So you can eventually build like Valor class space stations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it doesn't look like how it does in Empire at War, like the Thrawn's Revenge mod. It looks like a little box that says "Work in Progress."
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, God, the mod is on 0.9, so
Yeah.
things like that will happen, I'm afraid. It seems that the administrative offices has their icon upgraded. It didn't used to have the icon of the whatchamacallit, of the Empire Sprawl thing and a plus. Pretty sure it didn't.
Yeah, it has. I think they did update that on like one of the first updates that they did to the
Ships
mod.
upgraded.
Yeah, I think they added more icons in general to get a better feel of the stuff.
Yeah.
Which it's a good idea. Yeah, the more information you translate to the player without, having too much trouble with it, it's the better. Although I finished researching Go-Alone platforms. I'm hoping for more ships, but they don't seem to be coming out.
In talking with Pickle, I know because I've gotten him back into Stellaris now. He said that he sometimes had moments where he doesn't get any prompts for ships, which is very disappointing. But
Yeah. I've been waiting for a while now for a new ship to be loaded. I saw in one of the patch notes that they actually added. I'm not sure if this is bugged in our game, but they added a legacy system. I'm assuming similar to New Horizons for corvettes and stuff like that. I mean, if you ask me, I did see some people complaining about the lack of a legacy system because I have all these ships and they're showing up as available to construction all at the same time, and it's cluttering and everything. But I'm like,
I didn't think
in
that
a
it was
sense, I
really
actually
that.
like that.
Yeah, I didn't think that it was really that cluttered, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah, and it definitely did not bother me at all.
No.
So it's like, it's a matter. It's a matter between a preference.
yeah, I haven't noticed any changes yet, so I'm guessing you'd have to make a new game because I didn't notice any changes in my Rebel game either.
Yeah, I do think that the legacy system was at least as far as whatchamacallit, as far as New Horizons mod, I think it was something you actually researched because you would research a museum, and the museum was basically the museum of the ships. And after you research that, you would get a pop-up saying that the legacy system is on and all that, and some ships would be out phase when new models were arrived and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's gonna be active in our game.
So I decided to give my Corellia system over to AI control, though. So far, I'm not really noticing too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only giving it like 40 resources a month. Let's actually increase that a little bit. Can afford a little bit more.
Yeah, I had a situation where basically my system did not have any kind of...
Technology discovered.
Didn't have much to use because they had so little resources.
Yeah, for the most part, I'm making all the resources that I need to make. So I figure I can just let them do its own little thing.
Mm-hmm. I also unlocked, and it's very funny for me, I unlocked the cannon defenses, and I cannot help but to think of the rebel towers on the on Hav, in episode 5.
They do look like them, yes.
I don't know. I don't see where the AI. I don't see where the AI ship went, because I thought they were gonna invade my neighbors and stuff, but it seems that they went elsewhere. Well, soon enough, my transport fleet's gonna arrive there. In fact, it's gonna arrive in a few seconds. Also, it seems I took over one of asteroid outpost in somewhere out there. I guess one of the systems I took over.
Yeah, I kind of like how this mod does do the different, like, asteroid bases and the gas cloud cities and all that.
This system is this. I don't know if you can expand it or whatever, but this system is awful. This planet is awful.
Uh-oh.
It only has 2 reactor districts, 3 mining districts. How am I gonna get jobs to all these people? Like, what am I gonna do here?
Discovered.
I feel like I'm better off just relocating these people elsewhere and just abandoning this place. I'm looking at decisions like, oh, maybe there's something I can like research to make the asteroid base bigger, you know, because that kind of sounds like something that would work out. But I don't see anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna abandon it. On the other way, there's the planet called Nickel 1 in the Roach system, which I'm just invading.
Yeah.
And this place has a lot of districts. It has maximum districts 30. So what am I missing?
Nickel 1 is probably a unique asteroid base because that's the home of the Verpine.
I see. Really confusing. Well, Nickel 1's gonna be part of the Creo clan soon enough.
En route.
The clan Creo. Just gotta invade the second place here.
Now, did you do another vassal attack?
No, I declare war to conquer the system, then I'm just gonna give away the system.
Okay. Do we still have that functionality?
I do hope so. I very much hope so.
From what I could tell, I don't think we do, but
otherwise I'm gonna be very disappointed.
It's not looking like it. Like, so that's something that I've continued to be kind of confused with Stellaris on. So, like, you know, originally Stellaris had it, then they took it away because people were abusing it to get the AI to go to war with each other.
Yeah.
Then I think they re-implemented it at some point, I thought, but now we don't have it again.
I don't know.
Let's see here.
End of the Verpine gameplay.
So the Verpine have been destroyed. And yeah, you took it over. How are you going to... Oh!
Yeah, I was able to give it to them.
You were? Okay, cool. Well, that's good at least.
I think it was because it was a system there that was right next to them.
It could be something like that. I mean, I looked at my screen with the Confederates and I couldn't do anything, but then again, it could be the way everything is too.
Technology discovered.
Also, I did find so I can't vassalize people. But in my Rebellion playthrough, I noticed that I can actually, if they're pathetic, I can still pretty much do that by forcing them to become a protectorate.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll pretty much fulfill the same goal that I had.
Cloning concept. Let me see. I'm choosing my next era perk. Trying to figure out what I want to. Why is this listed? I already have institutional focus, right? Adaptable AI, droid leaders, world shaper, genetic modifying, space fortress. Okay, let's pick. No, I don't want to cloning concept. I want industrial powerhouse. Yeah, that sounds. That gives. Oh Jesus, I'm already maxed out on alloys. Now I'm gonna be even more maxed out. Yeah, well, I need to figure something out here. I need to get myself to spend some alloys.
Yeah, I kind of need to do that too, because I have this one fleet here, but I'm almost maxed out on what I have as well. I mean, I could build more silos to store stuff, but...
I suppose I could give it to my allies.
That is an option.
If their economy is not doing well, I suppose I could give it to them.
One thing I did notice with the AI, at least in the late game, is they don't seem to be focused as much on receiving alloys. They seem to really like hyperfuel and what was the other one? Hyperfuel and Bacta were the two things that they really responded to.
I suppose that makes sense. There's actually a decision concerning Bacta, you know, for medicine or something. I don't recall.
All right, let's look at the fleet's designer for our third fleet here. So we got the Lucre Hulk. Let's see. Could do more bulk cruisers, though I kind of want to do a bit of a Corellian slant here. So let's do some Corellian frigates and the Corellian destroyer. No, it's the early destroyer, but it'll still work.
I will say this: a legacy system would allow me to filter out ships that I really don't want to see, because I'd like all my ships to be Mandalorian in design. I like to stick with the theme. Unless it's a really cool ship that I want, that I see as like, oh, I like this ship, I really want it. Like the Nebulon B. The Nebulon B will always have a place in my heart. I don't know why, but I really love that design. But beyond that, like, I'd like to filter out all the ships if I can. Like, do I want Corellian Corvettes? No, I don't want Corellian Corvettes. I don't care about them. I actually don't have Corellian Corvettes here. Escort cruisers, the Victory 2. Victory 2 is a cool ship, but it's very imperial one, and I don't need it, you know?
Did it freeze up on you?
Not right now.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Give it a moment to wait. Oh no.
Is it
We're
frozen
doing
for
so
you?
well. Oh yeah.
I mean,
It's been frozen for
the game has not moved forward. I'm moving my camera around and I'm doing thing and I'm clicking buttons and I'm getting a response. But the date is frozen.
is the date set to 8032/11/01?
Yes.
Oh. Because that's what it still shows on OBS here. But yeah, the game itself, yeah. Okay, it's been frozen.
Pause it and then pause it and then unpause it.
I ended up just having Windows end it. So I think that's a good point to end it here for
Impromptu.
for this,
finish.
yes.
Were you able to save it?
No. So we're gonna see where the
no.
autosave takes us,
Yeah.
and I guess we'll see you all in the next episode.
Okay.